So let's talk about some myths regarding male fertility. I think sometimes in fertility we focus a little bit too much on the female and we forget the male. So one myth that I get is that aging does not matter to male fertility. Now again, I can see how this myth came about, but again, I will have to state that this is really not true. How this myth came about is because men will make sperm until the day they die. So that is a hard biological fact. That is absolutely irrefutable, and we have plenty of good evidence that this process does occur. So sperm presence is guaranteed in most males, regardless of age. So that's true. But fertility is much more than the presence of gametes or sperm or eggs. And yes, we do need sperm to be present to have fertility, but it's not all that you need. So other factors can influence fertility, and therefore, and also those factors are influenced by aging. One of the big ones is the ability to conceive or the ability to have intercourse. I mean, we know male libido drops with age. Part of it is because there is a relative drop in testosterone to estrogen in the aging male. We see this clinically when, as a person ages, as a male ages, the pitch of their voice goes up higher, and it's because there is a relative drop in testosterone. It is shown when male hair patterns become a little bit sparser and the hairs become a bit finer, and that is also related to that relative change in testosterone to estrogen ratio. That testosterone to estrogen ratio change also has a potential impact on the quality of the sperm that is produced. It also means that libido is affected and there's an increase in sexual dysfunction, which all leads to impacts on fertility. Now, what about the sperm itself? Yes, whilst there is a continued source of sperm throughout an entire male's life, the quality of that sperm does change quite significantly. There is some evidence that the ability of the sperm to move, the ability of the testicle to produce normally shaped sperm is definitely changed with age. In addition, the DNA integrity and the DNA quality in that sperm will also change. Sperm becomes a bit more vulnerable to environmental buffers because it's relatively less well made. The DNA is less well packaged as a person ages. And also, as a lifetime of exposures to environmental toxins and endocrine disruptors really start to hit home in the older male, the quality of that sperm, the ability to produce a good quality embryo really drops. And we see that older men have higher rates of producing embryos that are poorer quality and have more DNA mistakes in that. So to say that male aging does not influence fertility is a myth. And whilst sperm presence is almost guaranteed in the older male, the quality of that sperm is far from certain, and it generally tends towards a drop in male fertility.